Hi, Dave Salmon and my lovely assistant Hope Salmon behind the camera. We've been here at this property for about 6 years trying to practice permaculture. So we had a vacant piece of land that we are rehabilitating. This is a couple apple trees here. So with some inspiration from Bill Mollison and the Permaculture Design Manual, I'm planning on doing an apple orchard guild here with companion plants to attract pollinators, predators to take out pests, etc. So the food forest, which I'm going to be doing some sheet mulching on and have already started, is behind us here. On the left, you see kind of a finished sheet mulch. And so what that is 3 layers of thick cardboard, about 3 or 4 inches of steer manure, and then about 6 inches of wood chips. So this is how you turn a lawn into a garden. The other way to do it is to dig up sod, which is nobody's favorite. So I've sheet mulched before with 1 layer of cardboard and it doesn't really work. And I'm going to get this cardboard wet here, help it break down. Ideal time to do this is in the fall or the winter when the rains are here. I go to a furniture store and I get the big sheets of cardboard. You know what, have lazy boy recliners and couches and big tables and stuff. I flatten it out and set it out over the sod, over the grass, and then let it rain on it or get it wet, and then you're able to pull the plastic tape off. The other thing you want to get out is staples, and I go for the unpainted cardboard. This has got 2 layers on it. Up here is our pile with the 3rd layer. After I get this wet, I'm going to lay down some more. And then we'll be working on the next component, the steer manure and the wood chips. All right, so I spent about 5 or 10 minutes wetting down this cardboard. Worms love cardboard. They'll come up from the bottom. Moles and gophers will come in after the worms, and that'll churn up that soil. We'll leave lots of air pockets, and that gives space for the roots. It gives opportunity for water and air to get down into the soil and feed that biology. Soil biology is where all the permaculture focus is. Okay, so after that I removed the rocks and the sticks that were holding down the cardboard. Get a lot of wind here and it wants to go for a ride, so I weighed it down. Now that we've got these 2 layers wet, I'm going to start on layer number 3. I sheet mulched before with just 2 layers of cardboard, and after a while the grass just comes right back through. You want it to be thick enough that it kills all the grass. So that's what helps. You also need to make sure it overlaps. You can come out here with a box cutter and, make precise cuts, but for me it's just as easy to put this stuff down. Now, when you get plastic tape, you want the tape side up, because after it rains or you get it wet, you're going to come back to it and pull this tape off. It's a lot easier to get it off when the cardboard's wet. So, a couple of things that you see here in this side of the food forest is this is a rose hip. Over here are salmon berries. And then behind over here is an autumn olive. On the other side, we've got black currants, red currants, and honeyberries. All right, so I've got the 3rd layer of cardboard down, and I just put some water on it. You want each layer to be wet, ideally. I'm doing this slowly, so I kind of have to wet it each time, unless it's raining. But I'm going to put the rocks down now on top, and what that's going to do is just hold these guys down in case of wind. I figure on Tuesday we'll come back with a load of steer manure, pull the rocks off, and put it down. So this is just in case there's any wind between now and then. So I mentioned gophers, that this process attracts gophers. Some of you might be aghast at that idea. But remember, this is a food forest, so I'm going for perennials, trees and shrubs. So I've got berries and currants and shrub and also apple trees. So I'm not too worried about gophers. Now, you can do this for a vegetable garden, in which case, instead of wood chips as the final layer, you would use straw. So I've done that before. However, you want to be careful with your straw because wheat straw will sprout. And so the best is rice straw, which will not sprout unless it's submerged underwater. Rice straw can be had locally through Troxel's hay sales up near the farmer's market in Harbor. So, fungal dominated soil. This is good because there's this war or this rivalry that goes on between grasses and trees. And the allies for the grasses are bacteria and the allies for the trees are fungus. Trees and fungus have a lot of symbiotic relationships, so you want a lot of fungal material in your soil. So this is going to help. The wood chips are what fungus eat. So that's why we're using wood chips as our final layer. So a word about manure too. Horse manure is free. They'll even load it for you in your truck at the county fairgrounds. However, a horse's digestive tract doesn't pass through a whole bunch of stomachs like a cow's, and it's not very high temperature. It goes through rather quickly. So there's a lot of weed seeds that make it through all the way through the horse and are still viable. So you can find a lot of stuff sprouting up when you use horse manure. As far as wood chips go, hard wood is great. Pine is great. Oak is really good. That's what this is. A lot of oak and pine from the burn zone, the Slater fire on Highway 199 between here and Grants Pass. And they just have this stuff piled up by the side of the road, so I always pick up a load. Okay, so fungus is going to be good for your food forest. Bacteria is going to be good for your vegetable garden. Either way, you can use sheet mulch to accomplish it. We'll see you on Tuesday when we get a load of manure. Hey, it's Tuesday. We're back. We got a load of cow manure over here in the back of the truck. It's going to get spread out here on top of the cardboard pretty soon, but first we're going to pull the plastic tape off of these big sheets of cardboard. So we've gotten them wet again. That's a big key to getting the plastic to loosen up. And it's a beautiful sunny day, and so Dar is here to help me. We're going to do the second layer, and that is going to be cow manure, aged, allegedly, cow manure. All right, so here goes. The idea is to get it up there and maybe about 3 or 4 inches deep. So we are doing the final layer, which is wood chips. So we've staged 3 piles of wood chips here ahead of time. After we put down the cow manure, we're doing the final layers. So Dar here is loading up wood chips. We're going to bring it down here and cover the manure. You can see this is about 6 months old, so it's broken down quite a bit. It's on its way to becoming soil. And some of you might wonder what these bumps are and these ditches. Well, these are permaculture which is a German term for buried wood. So as it decomposes, it releases nutrients and moisture. Just ahead of the hugelkultur is a swale or a ditch. This one is sloping slightly downhill for drainage. Over here on this side of the food forest, you see hugelkultur that's set up on contour, so it's all at the same elevation. So that's set up to retain water. Ahead of each hugelkultur bed will be a swale, and that will help retain water longer into the season. So that's how you sheet mulch. That's how you turn a lawn into a garden. Follow the hashtag Grow Food Not Lawns. Thanks.